All right, you guys.
Want no sign?
What's going down? We're out by the
Want no
curb
sign?
in front of Shitty
Want
Hall.
no sign?
We're with Barry Joe and the Gnomes. And right now, we got a recap of what happened today. So,
Okay,
what's up, Barry?
okay, here's, right now, in the city of Portland, there are thousands of
You
people
want to hear
that are without housing.
Without housing, you said 60% of those
And-
have some physical.
And the practice is, in January, there's a homeless street count. The homeless street count is affected by people doing outreach and going to camps. They
Oh,
also take people who come into social service agencies
that's how they do the count.
and they get a count.
Okay, right on.
Okay, so the count number we know is inaccurate. However, it's inaccurate low.
Right.
Because you miss people, you don't count people more than once.
Right.
Okay, so it's low. When they did the street count, and the people on the coordinating committee
You got a big
to end
room?
homelessness were shocked to find
I
that
got a room.
60% of
You
the
got a
people
big one?
without housing
You got a
have
big one like
physically
that big?
disabling conditions.
Okay, yes, right on.
Okay, so we have
I want a
a
big smoke.
housing
You want a
crisis
little smoke.
Yes.
I want a
regarding
big one.
a segment of our population which ordinarily is respected and protected.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have here is a housing crisis.
No, I'm talking about.
That can actually be helped.
It can be helped. My nemesis, my non-profit affordable housing landlord that evicted me in 2005 with a 30-day no-cause eviction when there were no complaints from me or anybody else.
Right.
There was nothing wrong with my tenancy. My rent was paid.
Right.
I was working. They brought an eviction. I appealed the eviction. I was locked out pending the eviction. That was November of 2005.
Right.
March of 2006, the Court of Appeals ruled I shouldn't have been locked out and ordered the landlord to give me my apartment back. On the day the order was rendered in Salem, the landlord went in with the Multnomah County Sheriff and took a week to destroy the contents of the apartment. I proved all that.
Yes.
They did it again. They threw out $4,775 worth of stuff the second time.
Yeah.
That was in October 2006. That apartment complex, as of this past weekend, I'm talking October 2012, the
Right.
entire five-plex, 5 apartments is vacant.
Right.
It's empty right now.
Right on.
Non-profit affordable housing landlord.
The whole complex.
The whole complex is vacant. Okay.
We should
so
take a ride
now-
out there and go look
No,
at
wait.
that, Barry.
So here's what we do. Here's what we do in our city. We take the fact that some people refuse to work.
Right.
I don't know, maybe
Some
that's something.
people are looking for a handout.
Right.
They spare change out in
Right.
front of McDonald's.
Right.
They're sitting out there
That's called
asking
a
people.
nightcap
They
for
walk
me,
down
but
the street
shut up
asking
and
people
mind
for
you.
cigarettes.
Right.
That's a nightcapper.
Those people
They'll
are
settle you
bums.
right down
Okay.
and make you
Nah,
feel
Okay, as
really
long
good.
as they
I
can
don't
present
think
the
so.
problem
I've been drinking
with our
fucking moonshine.
housing
Fuck that
is
shit.
a bunch of bums,
Moonshine
and
will
that
fuck you
they're
up
the
and your
problem.
damn bills.
Right.
then they don't have to address the fact that
I
we have a
was fucked up
housing
one time.
crisis.
Yeah, you're
Right.
right.
But we already know. We know, Barry, that they are not the problem.
Okay,
The
well,
problem-
you don't understand.
the problem-
right now, here's what the facts are.
Right. That's the
facts
fact.
are we just had our first storm of the winter season.
Right.
We're going to look at that as the first time since
He got
we don't have rain
one.
all summer, July,
Right.
August, September. The first part of October it starts to rain.
It's the fact you
That
slept in it.
is used by the system to kind of get everybody who's a bum
Right.
out of town.
Right.
So our friend down here at the 7-Eleven is glad
Right.
because he
Is it
doesn't
working?
like bums sitting on the sidewalk outside of his store,
Is
leaving
it-
their trash,
Is it
drinking
working?
on the street.
Is it working?
He doesn't like those people.
Okay.
You know why?
What?
Because they're bums.
Right.
Who likes bums? Who
Uh,
likes to walk down the street and have people say, got a dollar? Who likes going down the street and have people say, hey, can you give me some spare change?
I'ma say
How'd
the-
you like somebody say hello?
I'ma say
way
the
a hel-
people-
Here's the joke. You know how a homeless person says hello?
How?
You got a cigarette?
There it is. It works for me.
Okay, well, so what my problem is, brother,
Right.
that folks that are veterans, folks that have work-related injuries,
Right. They're out here on the street.
they're out here on the street, and they're not getting help because
for him.
the name
You
of the
already
game,
asked
as
me
far as the
real
man
nice.
is concerned,
Count the
the
bums.
system is to call them all bums.
Call them all bums. Yeah.
And how can
Birds
you
of
do
a
that?
feather
How
flock
can
together.
you do that most effectively?
I'll give you another one.
How? Count them.
Here in my home.
Let the bums be the visible picture.
Right.
Cool.
Well, those are who's wanting to be the visible. I went around the camps, like you said, like the people do, and I asked those people. I tried to tell the people that I had a plan, and I told them. I even showed them this little diagram of how to come out on the streets, and then just get visible and stay visible because yeah, they didn't. You're right about
They don't want
that.
to take the heat.
You're right. They didn't. They wasn't cool with that.
So the question that I've got is, since those people that don't want to take the heat don't want to take the heat,
Right.
and this is a political action,
You're right.
how come this is mostly bums?
Right.
Right here, right now.
I want to see a couple people come
Hmm?
on and see my face.
Well, I'm gonna say the freebies. They like the
They like the
freebies.
freebies, and they do not clean up after themselves.
Nope.
They do not clean up before themselves.
Nope. So hey,
When I was out here doing the vigil, one of the things I did to keep warm in December
I got
was
a question
I swept
for
the
you.
entire plaza here behind you. Show the people what I'm talking about.
hold down. I got a question for you, Barry. It has to do
So see,
with our info box.
See this corner back here in the
Yeah.
corner? I swept from that corner to
I
that
remember
Corner
that.
over there, and the entire surface.
Right. I remember
I did that.
So
You know why I did that? Because I wanted people to know that I improve the environment when I show up.
right.
Okay, now maybe we could look at some other situations around here.
Right.
Let's look at the brother here on the wall.
Right.
See this guy here on the wall?
There.
You know how many times they told us not to be on the wall?
Right.
You know why they told us not to be on the wall?
Very.
Because this is a historic feature
Right.
of a building that's 100 years old,
All right.
and they don't want it ruined.
Can we talk about
Right.
the first box, the one
Okay, so-
that was sitting right?
So what what's been going on is the people that want to engage in the political expression to have the status quo changed.
The one that was sitting in this spot right
the
there.
people, The people that
There's an empty spot right there
Right here.
because we had an info booth.
Right.
Barry had
Okay,
turned it
right.
into an info
and
booth.
over here, right
Oh,
here,
The green
we
box
had
is
a green
gone too.
box that was a bike trailer,
The bike trailer is gone
and it's
also.
gone also, and it had a sign on it,
Okay.
right?
It had a
Text on it. Among
yes,
other things.
It had text on it
It
about
had text on it.
oppressors.
It was
Asking the question was if we can go to other countries and fight oppression, why can't we
do
fight?
it-
Why
do it
can't
here?
yes?
And I'm expressing why.
yes.
Here's why.
Okay.
Because when we, as social justice activists
Right.
and our political agitators,
Right.
when we create an environment where we can support our basic needs as we're doing that action,
So one.
other people will come in and they say, wow, free coffee in front of City Hall.
Right. That's not a basic need though. Coffee isn't, but
Well,
food
it is if you're here all night.
Food is.
It is for you if you're here all night. That's how you keep warm.
Okay. I'll take that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, maybe that was a poor example. But if you, as a person who's here doing this encampment in front of City Hall for a reason,
Right.
to petition them,
Right.
to impress on them,
Right.
to agitate them,
Right.
to aggravate them,
Right.
if you bring something that allows you to endure, other people will come and sponge off of it.
Okay. I see that.
That happens. You witness that.
Yes.
And I don't even have to talk about who's present here. I
Right.
can talk about people that aren't present here. And one of the reasons they're not present here because people show up at dinner time.
Right. You're right about that. They do.
They show up at dinner time.
Okay.
Okay, so where my frustration exists
Right.
right now is tomorrow. there's a candidates forum
Right.
on the housing crisis.
Right.
Right there is the number 4 bus stop.
Right. Number 4 bus stop, you
get on the
guys.
number 4 bus stop and you get off at 82nd.
Right.
That's where that candidates forum is. How many people here can tell you that?
Mm.
Okay,
Those
tomorrow.
that knew about it.
Tomorrow, there's the monthly meeting of the Coordinating Committee to End Homelessness.
Yes.
That's the agency that's deciding the policies around here.
Okay.
How many people here can tell you that there's a meeting tomorrow?
Well,
So there's 2 happening.
right. I'm gonna say I don't think the people care.
They care about having free coffee.
Okay, they do.
They care about having a place where they can sleep without the cops messing with them, except to wake them up in the morning.
Right. We know about that. Let's talk about this box.
Okay, so the predicament we're in
Right. That paper.
is no, and this is a long-term thing. So I don't want to focus too much about this thing and that thing.
I want to interject for a little bit of
the
time,
agenda.
So
if I could.
So the pattern and practice in the city of Portland is when people organize
Right.
to petition to address issues with the homeless
Right.
crisis, the Portland police allow the worst element to be present
Okay.
and be the message.
Okay, but the thing about it
So
is.
that gets back to taking the worst kind of people in the
Right.
city
Yes.
Okay,
and,
so
and allowing
one
them to
your
to-
example
to
is
take over events.
your example is
When the meth
We had a
addicts come
chance-
down and take over
we
the
had a
camp over
chance-
here, and the police say, "Look at this place, we have to evict it."
Right.
When the meth addicts take over the place I founded 2 years ago, so I'm talking about calendar year 1
Okay.
year ago today and calendar year 2 years ago today.
The box.
The pattern and practice is that they allow the worst element to come in.
so
Yeah,
And that makes it so that the good-hearted people, the people that have qualifications, the people that have
Yeah.
effort,
Okay,
the
so
people that have
the
drive,
proof-
they don't want to be around it, and they can't be
the
around
proof that you have is that you tried to get someone to participate, to actively participate. That was by going into City Hall and asking for a piece of paper.
it. I copied the agenda for the meeting.
That's all
That's-
I want.
that's tomorrow.
Piece of paper.
Okay.
I asked for that yesterday morning.
That paper would have looked good on our table.
Yes, it would have.
Yes,
Okay,
it
so-
will.
And then we had a backup plan,
Okay.
and that person fell through.
Okay.
I'll
So
be your
and
backup.
these are the active participants, right? That are here, right?
Right, but here, let me take that a step further. The people that would otherwise participate,
Would have went in and got that paper.
yeah, but they're not going to hang out with a bunch of bums,
You're right.
and that's the
That's
problem.
not
So
because
as
they're
long
not
as
here.
we have bums,
Yes,
we
it
will
is
not
a
have people
big
that aren't
problem
bums.
there.
You're right about that.
No, so we can do 2 things. We can get the bums to pick up a broom,
Okay. Or participate.
hold a sign.
No, because we had our
Do
signs.
something.
We
I'm
had
saying-
the signs.
Hey,
We
look,
had the green
there was
box.
not one
We had
time-
the table.
With the exception of today,
Okay. We
they're
had the
getting us in a
table.
weakened state. They
No.
know that they have us in a vulnerable state. How
We-
many times have you been arrested, brother?
Okay.
I'm asking
we,
a question.
We
just
were
for you.
trying a
No,
new
wait, no,
strategy.
No, you. How many times have you been arrested?
I understand that.
No, more than once.
Okay. I understand that.
Do you have a pending trial right now?
Barry.
No, I'm saying that because I have pending trials right now.
Yes.
And those pending trials are keeping me in a status
Right.
where I can't plan my future.
Sure you can.
No, my future isn't that I'm in New Jersey giving lectures in Labor Day weekend, which was my plan.
Okay.
Because in Labor Day weekend,
You
I
gotta-
was in jail.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so now I'm going to have Thanksgiving week going to trial.
Right.
Okay, or maybe later.
Right.
So as long as they can keep me on the hook
Right.
so that I can't book anything,
Right.
now how could I book anything? I was
Well-
arrested 11 times
Remember-
August to August.
Okay. When you started this conversation, you said we had a plan B.
Okay, well, we do have a plan B, and this is part of it.
Okay.
Doing this documentation is expressing our outrage.
Right. It shouldn't be at the bums though.
Well, people have
Let's-
alcoholism,
Right.
people have mental health issues,
Right.
and people can develop alcoholism and mental health issues when they're forced to live outside. Because frankly, I have enough money in my pocket that I
Right.
could go down here and get a bottle of wine, and I can drink that bottle of wine, and I can sleep through the cold.
Okay, so would that prevent you? Would that prevent you from participating in an action such as the taking of the boxes? Would that prevent you from getting in front of those boxes and saying, "Hey,
If I was drunk,
yes,"
I would be arrested for public intoxication for good reason.
because you would participate. You would actively try to stop the boxes.
I wouldn't be here unless I was sober.
Okay, right on. There it is.
Okay, so sobriety, it can be episodic.
Right.
You want to have your bender? Go over there. You
Oh
want-
yes, you're
right?
supposed to go over there. Yes.
Wherever over there
But
is.
if you're
Right.
gonna be
If
here,
you're
you
that
actively
seriously drug addicted,
you
that
actively
seriously-
participate.
If you're that seriously alcohol addicted,
So
go over there and come over here on your moment of sobriety.
okay, so
And then
after
if
you
then
left
you
this
start
morning,
getting the shake so bad, then you could go back over there.
after you
right?
left this
But
morning,
we
we were
cannot
supposed to get
have-
this paper.
We cannot have an environment that's threatening to other people.
We can't. That's
And
right.
We do have an environment that's threatening to other people.
We do have that.
If they feel that they want to support the action, and the action is going to people that are layabouts.
Right.
Now, there are all types of social service agencies that have all types of charity, that do all kinds of things,
But those-
and that's not what this is.
Right. But a lot of people seem to think that it is though, because it works faster than those charities.
Well, because we're right here.
Right.
Okay, so anyhow, my misgivings about what went down
Right.
is I was off taking care of things.
Right.
One of the things I was taking care of was me.
Right. That's cool. That's okay.
Right.
You
Right.
have to be able to
have to
take
be-
care of
yeah,
yourself
yeah.
before you
Right.
can come here
Right.
and try to take care of
Okay.
anything else. Right.
And I had done everything I could
But that's a justification.
to the box being taken as an information box to facilitate that was an information box.
Right. It was an information box
And it
because
was.
when you told me,
Yeah.
I said, okay, hey,
And we had
I
brother-
tweet at
Brother went over there and got brochures, and we put them in here, and
Right.
brother went in there and got brochures. And you know what happened?
Mary's purple book was even in there.
Yeah, and here's Mary's purple book now.
Okay. And they took that out,
Yeah.
right? And they came, and this is what they told me.
They knew what they
They
were
told me, whose is this? I said, it is ours. It's an information booth for the vigil. They said City Hall says it's not.
Well, City Hall can have that decided in court.
Okay, right. I should have been able to say that.
Well, had somebody had some effort, we all would have known what to say.
Well, I did have effort. The effort was the fact that you guys had let me know that I had ground to stand on, and then I was waiting on this paper,
Yeah.
which you said it was a 8 by. How big was this piece of paper?
The last time I heard it was going to be 22 inches.
Yes, and that's big enough to let people know that hey, don't fuck with this table.
Right.
Because
you know what happened? Nothing.
the ball got
Because-
dropped.
Yeah.
Right on.
And if
That's
you-
cool.
Okay, I tell you what. Here's a riddle for you.
Riddle me this, Batman.
If you're going to attack
Yes.
your enemy,
Right.
are you going to do it when they're the strongest or when they're the weakest?
I think I'm gonna get them while they're drunk.
You're going to get them like Valley Forge, right? You're going to do a little sneak attack. The Brits are over there
Nope.
having some, Hessians are drinking some.
I'm gonna do what the Romans did. I'm gonna do the Trojan horse thing. I'm gonna send them gifts. I'm gonna send them
Send them
gifts.
gifts.
You
Right.
know.
All right. Okay, so reiterating.
Okay, so now this box that we had, that we
needs
no
to be
longer
filed.
have. Okay, yes,
We will file a
we
case on it.
in fact, I was told that probably about 15 minutes ago that this is good because just as you said,
Uh-huh.
they knew what they were doing
And here's the other thing. They knew what they were doing.
and what they were coming
knew
to get.
Who they were doing it to.
Right.
And their reasoning was because they were trying to stop our expression,
Right.
which they cannot do.
Okay, you're right.
If they want to regulate,
Right.
any kind of behavior here,
Right.
that regulation of the behavior has to be what they call content neutral.
Right.
Okay, so we got a box here. Asian reporter. Oh, we don't want Asians. We're going to take that box out of here.
Right.
They cannot do that.
Right.
They have to say, we have to have access to the sidewalk here, or this is a fire hazard, or there's botulism in there,
Right.
or there's ptomaine poisoning,
Yeah.
or there's a guy in there with a gun, he's going to run out and shoot people.
Right on.
Okay, they can't just say they don't like the newspaper because they don't like what the newspaper says.
Okay, right. And
That's what
basically,
they've been doing to us.
basically that's what they said
Because
when they
there are
took the
people-
box.
Like I said, August 28th. That's not yesterday.
Right.
I said August 28th, and you put it on the net. Why are you doing this here, where we're making this political
Right.
protest,
Right.
and not doing it in the other parts of town?
Right.
Because it's not
I heard that.
content neutral.
Okay. So now look, they said that the city deemed the box a nuisance and that they were here to abate it.
Okay? How many nuisances have they not abated? Are there any cafe tables that aren't regulated because they never got their permits? Are there any A boards, once again, in front of the condos over in the Pearl District that don't have a permit?
Right on.
Those are nuisances.
Right.
They're not abating those nuisances.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They're abating the nuisance that isn't even a nuisance.
Right. They're
That's
saying
right.
it's a nuisance.
They're saying it's a nuisance, and they're doing it. They're using their declaration, their inappropriate declaration that it's a nuisance. They're using
So-
that as a pretext.
When you say their declaration, would that be like their job title?
No, I'm just saying that when the box is here,
Right.
they say it's a nuisance.
Oh, the declaration is saying it.
Yeah, they declare it.
Yeah.
Oh, nuisance.
Right on. It's nuisance.
Okay.
You
But-
nuisance.
But
Me.
they're using
And her.
They're using the
Nuisance.
nuisance.
You know what?
They're
You
using-
is a nuisance.
They're using the nuisance as a veiled, very thinly veiled, not even veiled, attack on our constitutionally protected activities.
Right. Right. This is a protest.
And we are allowed to protest.
We are protected. We are protected.
And we are
and
protected under the Oregon Constitution, specifically.
the fact that we have assembled here.
First of all, Article 1, Section 1, we can abolish the government. Article 1, Section 2, we have freedom of religion. That's what's happening over here with the prayer vigil.
Right.
Article 1, Section 8, we have a right to express ourselves.
Right.
And
Okay.
Article 1, Section 26, where's the sign? No law shall be passed to prohibit the inhabitants of, you don't even have to be a resident. The
Right.
inhabitants, you don't have to be a citizen.
Right.
The inhabitants.
The inhabitants.
You're inhabiting the state
Yes. I am.
from petitioning your government, from informing your legislature,
Yes.
Right.
Greedy ass motherfuckers.
and your representatives.
Yes.
That's
Because
what
they're
this
doing
means.
a poor job.
That's what this means.
Yes.
So
yes.
when we come out here and we petition them by having signs and we express ourselves by holding signs, those are constitutionally protected activities that cannot be prohibited.
Okay, here I got it.
Now, wait, let me make one more thing.
Okay.
Any restriction on the use of public place,
Right.
right here,
This is right here. This is where he's at.
any
This is
restriction,
where I'm at.
any restriction has to be within what they've decided, reasonable time, place, and manner.
Right.
So if the box is right out here when people are trying to get through,
Right.
that's not in a reasonable manner.
Right.
But maybe it is a reasonable manner right now where nobody's trying to get through.
Right. Right.
If you're inside City Hall, it's closing time, they can say it's closing time. You're not allowed to be here. This
Right.
is an unreasonable time.
Right. Right.
First thing in the morning, they open the door, you're allowed to be there.
Right.
All right? So, and the manner, you cannot start fires and
Okay.
light the bins on fire. You cannot shoot the police officer
Right.
as a way to petition your government for
Right. You
redress.
cannot
'Cause
use
it's
it to
the
commit a
manner.
crime. Right on.
It's okay, so you have reasonable time, reasonable place, and reasonable manner. This was without reason.
I was wondering, sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
no.
I was wondering if, I understand that the green box was taken away. I was wondering if you would like to be interviewed about that. Mary suggested that I interview you if you were willing.
Turn the camera around, brother. Hand it to the lady and let her shoot you.
Okay. Here.
Shoot that black man.
But, All right.
Okay, Mike.
What happened, brother?
Okay.
Where? I wasn't here. Act like I haven't heard a thing about it.
All right. I am gonna do that. Hey man, come on. Come on, DJ, do it.
One of the few people that I can blame all
What's the word?
Thunderbird.
Are you on your own?
No.
He's coming up?
Yes, sir. Another one, man. Gonna need two of them. Shit. Hey, DJ.
Hey guys.
You're on the interview. You're documenting what happened today.
So, he,
Which
DJ,
he?
I was sitting right here. All of a sudden, I see one of the city workers in the vest like that over by the box, over by the wheat pipe. I didn't really think much of it.
right?
Then I started hearing like a grinder, you know, like,
Oh, shit.
like what the hell is that? Why? The black security guy, I don't know his name.
Harry.
Walked out.
Let's call him Harry.
Harry, standing right there, and the guy.
That's a fictitious name, by the way.
They start cutting. Like, you know, you just put that notice on yesterday. It's not been there for 4 days. And the only thing they said to me was,
Fuck off.
well, basically, they said, it's been here for more than 4 days. It's been a nuisance. It's gonna get abated or whatever. And
That's what they said.
yeah,
Well, shouldn't they have let the law do that?
of course.
They should let the pigs come in. Somebody with proper authority and a badge to do that, because that's what the ordinance, their ordinance says when it comes to abating.
They probably should have. And I mean, there wasn't just me here.
Right.
And I, didn't really know what to do. And I was
Right.
like, shit, I don't want the box to go. I don't know what to do,
It's okay. It's okay. You did
I know,
good.
but I feel bad because it's gone.
Hey, I feel bad. Not. Anyway,
You come around.
don't feel bad, DJ.
So they cut it off. City worker,
There was nothing you could do.
no, except for stand in the middle, and get in the middle of the grinder. There's nothing I could do.
Well, no, you ain't gonna do that in the country.
Yeah. So
I want to hear.
cut it off.
Right?
Took the box. The,
Walk towards the green
black
building.
guy said, wheel it away. The
What the colored guy say?
wheel it away.
Oh, he said wheel it away.
Yeah.
So look, I'm the colored guy. You're the city worker. You're done. You look at me like, what do I do now? I says, get that shit up out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he wheeled it down on the sidewalk down
Around what
to
time was that?
2.
Is that Jackson you're referring to?
Oh,
I think
Right
that's him. I don't really know.
I
He's the
thought
police commissioner.
I thought we'd call him Harry. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to give you a fake name, brother. Was somebody done just fingered you? So.
No offense to color right there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, no offense to color. Yeah.
Not too color. I just say that. It's,
No.
it's proud.
I know you're saying not offense, but I'm saying not offense too. Yeah.
But that's the story, and they took
They
it away.
took it away.
And
So
nobody
now-
else was here.
To-
I wanted to be here because I figured if nobody's here,
Right.
we do whatever they want.
Right. Nobody
So
sees
somebody
it.
has to be here.
Nobody
to see
sees
them.
it.
Somebody.
Hey, DJ, did anyone ask you whose it was?
No, there was a big, not sign, but it was painted on there, Occupy Portland. So they knew whose it was. I mean, they know whose it was. they said, "Oh, it's abandoned," but
They're very familiar.
they know it's ours, and they know that
Well,
what they're doing, and they're doing it because I was the only one here. If it was all of us here,
right.
there's no way that they would just walk up and take
Right.
our stuff, and
Right.
because they know somebody would say something like, how come there aren't cops here, or
Well-
something more than I could have thought of. So.
Another point is, they knew whose it was because when they asked me to take it off of City Hall's property, I used the lock and key. I used the lock and key, a lock and key
That they cut
to
off.
unlock it and wheel it over to this bike rack. So, and me and the security guard got into it when he put a sign from City Hall, and it wasn't like an official sign. It was something that you Photoshop, something that you use out on a home printer. That's exactly what it was. And so I wheeled it out, I unlocked it with this, and put it over here. So they can't say that it was abandoned because I've been here since day one. Well, no, not day one, but let's say day one was last Thursday. I've been here since last Thursday. So
And it hasn't been. They put that notice on. I saw them do it yesterday.
Right.
And then they come today. It said on the notice, 4 days? I'm like, it hasn't been 4 days. This is what I told them. And said, oh, it's abandoned. It's been here for more than 4 days. So
well,
we're gonna take it.
by you acknowledging the box,
Yeah.
the box wasn't abandoned.
No, I was there. Somebody was here from Occupy, so it wasn't abandoned. We all know.
Oh, person.
Yeah, there's child.
Oh, right.
Yeah, oh, you probably
I think they were doing it just to mess with us.
Yeah, piss you
Well,
off.
Of course they are. Yeah.
Turn DJ into the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, right.
You don't want to see me when I'm mad.
So I'm wondering if the viewers have any more questions?
Hey. Yeah, they should ask, what are we going to do about it?
And I feel bad I couldn't do more.
Well, there was really nothing you could do, DJ.
I
It's
know,
not
but
like you
our-
could have pulled a gun out on
No,
him.
but it's
Stop!
it's
Get away from the box!
It's all our box, I feel bad.
Right.
And that's what they're hoping for, That you feel bad and you're going to do something stupid,
Oh, right. Let's go down to the store and
You're just messing with it, doing it on purpose.
burn it to the ground.
A viewer is asking, was Harry, so it was Harry Jackson who put the notice on?
No, he didn't put the notice on. He was out here today.
Overseeing it.
Yeah, overseeing
He
them remove it.
oversaw the worker cut the chain off the box, and he gave the order to. Oh, okay. We're calling this guy Harry Jackson because I said Harry, and then he said Jackson. Okay, right up. I will play along. So, somehow I got lucky and called this guy Harry. I thought I was trying to be funny, Harry Palms. Anyway, Harry gave the order to tell the worker to cart it off. So that's why he's involved. He didn't just come outside to watch and ask that guy, dude, what are you doing?
No, he knew why he was here.
Okay,
he knew.
right,
I mean,
right.
You could tell he knew that was why he was here, and that's what needed to be done, according to him. It was, he didn't say it was on his order, but I'd imagine it was on his order.
Right.
He didn't say it, but I got the impression that.
Well, hey, when you say cart it off, when you say, hey, there's four of us standing here, and you say cart it off,
Yeah.
I'm going to say that made you the boss.
So a viewer is saying that Harry Jackson is a real guy, I guess.
I'm going to assume that, the real guy that came out of City Hall and told dude to cut the chain off the box is a real guy. Now, whether his name is Harry Jackson or not.
It sounds like his name is really Harry Jackson, according to this viewer.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I don't
My
know.
viewers, if you have any more questions,
All right. So wait. So it was the colonel who has the notice now?
Yeah.
Also, the battery's getting
the
low.
Colonel. Oh, did you hit okay?
I did now.
Okay. The Colonel took the little tag that I had,
Uh-huh.
and I gave it to him this morning, and he felt that he could go in there and tell them about the green box. I'm assuming that's what he did. Now, you know, if he used the wrong kind of words, this is what happened. So, I'm assuming he went in there, he said what he had to say, they said something to him, he didn't like it, wrong thing was said.
Alright. Any more questions, viewers?
Yeah. Are you guys mad? Oh, am I upset? No, but you know, I could use a cup of coffee, and I kind of got addicted to watching the fire burn. I said I was sorry.
Cool, Mitch Hedberg. I'm not addicted to gambling. I'm just addicted to sitting in a semicircle.
Oh, right, in the rain. In the rain. Hey, what are you guys gonna do? Cause it says it's supposed to start raining in a couple of days. Well, shit.
You know,
We're
speaking of the rain, I'd like to touch on a point that was made earlier by someone. Talking about how we have bums living here.
here we go. Okay.
During the rainy season, and while I wouldn't disagree that there are bums,
Right.
although I would seriously question calling people who decide to sleep here in the rain as opposed to sleep somewhere dry,
Oh, right.
I'd say those people are probably down for the cause. Regardless if they drink coffee or they eat the food.
Or
They're
liquor.
Or liquor. If they fucking sleep here through the rain, bullshit, they probably want to be here for a reason other than this free shit. Because there's a lot of free shit in other places, and a hell of a lot drier places to sleep than the fucking Vigil.
Should we put that bike over there at the bike rack?
So,
That bike?
a viewer, Mary, I think, says, the tag said 4 days, and 99 just walked away. I'll go bug him in a minute.
Oh, wait, 99.
I'll get it later.
99.
Yes. You're still over here. Said I was sorry, you guys.
Mary says that the tag on the box said 4 days, and she was also wondering about if you would be willing to talk about the newspaper box.
Right. The newspaper
She also
box.
says there will be coffee tomorrow, and that they're filing a lawsuit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the newspaper box. So after Barry walks off, I'm excited that we this was going to turn the newspaper box into an info box, and I said that's a great. I couldn't believe it, and I said, well, we need some literature. He says, guess what? I got something about yay big, yay wide that they will be able to see. And he says it's coming down here. He said a reliable source was bringing this paper down. It was some agenda about a meeting.
The housing crisis.
The housing crisis. Yes, about the housing crisis. They were actually going to talk about what's going on outside of their home here. So I said, it's cool. He'd been gone for an hour. These officers roll up, went into the city hall, came back out. Before they went in, he asked, whose box is this? I said, this is our box. This is our info booth. He goes into city hall. He came back out. He says, asked again, like he never talked to me. Said, whose box is this? I said, this is our box. This is our info thing. He started taking all the literature out of it. There was literature in there. There was Mary's book that was in there. And then he goes and he says, City Hall. Okay, I was nice. City Hall said that it was a nuisance, and he was here to abate it.
Thank you.
I was civil. We all know what hall that is. We all know.
Horrible.
So if
After finding out about
that answers everyone's
crane in
questions,
Jackson, or actually it was this crane. He walked by, walking on the sidewalk, and I had to come by and DJ had already told me what happened. And because I had gone up to them, I got
Right.
Jackson's card, and I had started talking to them. And I was like, first of all, you didn't give a 24-hour notice. Apparently, it said they gave a four-day notice, which obviously didn't happen. Obviously,
Right.
they didn't wait 4 days. So I went over there. I said, you can't do this. It's already been held up by the Supreme Court that this is fucking very illegal, in better terms,
Right.
mind you. And they both got very aggressive, and they're talking about how I don't want to talk to you. We're done here. Will you please leave?
Right.
And so I go over, civil. I sit down, and while Crane's walking, after Crane starts walking by, I'm just like, lawsuit, lawsuit, lawsuit.
So yes, but
He
that's
doesn't seem to like that.
that's what happened to the box. Then they the Colonel, we chained it to the rest of the newspaper boxes, and they came in and they cut the chain off. They tried to hack the chain off. They couldn't. Apparently they couldn't, so they decided to dismantle the box. I sat here and watched them twist and turn something that snapped off, and I sat here and watched them. So, and I tweeted. The tweet was being tweeted as they were doing this. So, I put the word dismantled in there because they talked about it as they were doing it.
Mary also says Officer Helfrich.
I don't know them by names,
Okay.
but if you put them in a lineup, I know them all. And it was the sergeant. There was a sergeant here. So, no, both of them are sergeants. Yes, they came in a car together. Together. The big, tall guy and the little guy.
Cool. Thank you very much for the interview.
Yep.
Would you like the camera back? I think it's
Okay.
low on juice, and I'm
All
not
right.
really sure what to do about that.
All right, we're going to cut off you guys, and then we're going to find somewhere to juice up. So we'll see you guys in like a couple hours. What up, Rise? Okay, now, later, we're out by the curb.